Well, Donald Trump has issued a stark warning to Iran after the UN confirmed it had breached the nuclear deal limit on uranium stockpiles.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're playing with. And I think they're playing with fire. So no message to Iran whatsoever.
Under the 2015 nuclear deal, Iran agreed to limit its stockpile of enriched uranium to 3.67%. However, in 2018, Washington withdrew from the deal and imposed harsh sanctions against Iran. After a little over a year of escalating confrontation between the two sides, Iran declared it would surpass the levels agreed in the deal. The reason cited, Iran says no parties to the deal, including France, Germany and the UK, remain committed to their obligations. Well, let's discuss this further, shall we?
All right, Shalom. This is the Hara One by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh by Hashem Harakah Kodash, Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. And Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. Yeah, you see, they talking about war. They talking about the uranium enrichment. Which you see Trump, the statement he said was they're playing with fire, right? He talked coded, man. You know, he's playing with fire on both ends. He's trying to say, like, they're literally playing with fire, like manipulating, you know, the elements, right? Creating nuclear waste, nuclear energy from it, and preparing to put that inside these damn warheads, and they're threatening each other with it. And that's all prophesied in the Most High's in the scriptures, man. All right, prophesied from the beginning. And scriptures say that this war is going to be what? Let me get it. Isaiah 9:5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise. All right, once the war breaks out, all hell break loose. People start yelling, killing each other, and, like Braveheart, you know? And that's how this one's going to be. And it says, and garments rolled in blood, but that's the difference. The old warriors that fight you face to face, you know, stabbing each other and cutting each other. The garments would be rolled up in blood around the sword, or however you look at it, you know, face to face war. But this one's going to be a coward's war, to where they're shooting at trajectories or angles with the rifle or snipers and shit like that. Or missiles and technological war. And the ultimate end-all be-all is going to be them nuclear missiles. And the Most High is going to allow Iran to create them, get to full enrichment. All right? And they already got the vessels for it. They already got the missiles. And they got the system set up through Russia. And all they got to do is just enrich their uranium, which they probably got enough. Who knows? And uranium's in the air. That's where they get it from. They can pull the elements out of the air and split them. It's literally uranium in the air around us, man. The oxygen around us, you know. And they take that and they manipulate it, man. So it says what? But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. And that's why all this talk about uranium enrichment, because it's gonna be with burning and fuel of fire. The Most High prophesied it, and it's coming to pass. All right. This is Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that blew up the coals in the fire. So all of their scientists and their generals, their war generals and shit like that, that's dealing with the nuclear enrichment, the creation of the missile itself, the establishment of the missile. You know, with the power in his head, like a lion. Revelations, is that 9, I think it is, or Revelations 11, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's Revelations 9. It talks about the 200 million missiles, but it also talks about their creation too, about the actual vessel. You know, the power in his tail, and the might in the warhead. So the Most High created man and certain individuals to set up and establish those missiles. All right, call them scientists or nuclear engineers, generals that became engineers, so on and so on. And back in the day, they called them blacksmiths or swordsmiths. And they'll take the weapons and fashion it and yield it, or wield it, or however you call it. They would fashion it for an actual warrior, or an army. And sometimes they would be generals themselves that's doing this and becoming blacksmiths or warriors themselves or samurais or whatever. And they would create the weapons to fit the actual situation and the warrior that's going to be wielding the weapon. And that's what the Lord created in this sense for the nations. Behold, I have created the smith, right, that blow up the coals in the fire. And that means mixing up the damn elements, right, making it hot, increasing that uranium enrichment, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And it brought forth an instrument for the Lord's work and for man's work upon the earth for the World War III. And it says, the instrument, and I have created the waster to destroy. And that waster is the ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missiles. All right. And the Lord created that to destroy. But the Lord said he's going to protect his elect, where it says what? No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. All right. All right, man. With this, Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. All right, so it's going to burn as an oven. All the elements going to melt. The Lord going to burn America up, man. All right, so everything, their hopes and dreams that they got against Iran, they got against Russia, China, it's all going to fail. All right, ultimately, the Lord going to use this situation, the turmoil and war, to uplift the children of Israel, the hopeful elect. All right, by binding up the strong man before the Lord enters his house. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. Sheesh. We hell upon earth, man. And all the proud, claim to be in the truth if you're proud. If you're in the world and you're proud, Esau is naturally proud. Anybody that's lifted up, the Lord gonna meet you in the same way, being proud and lifted up against you. All right, but if you be meek, if you're lowly, then the Lord gonna lift you up. All right. It says, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. Wow, that's the Most High's command. He's saying your flesh is gonna be stubble. You're walking around, whatever, you got plans. You're a human being. If you're not in this truth, your flesh is going to be made in your insides, your organs. That's the first thing that goes first. When an atom bomb or a nuclear waste energy hits a body, explosion, the first thing that disappears is the eyes, the tongue, the soft organs. So it says, it shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Right? Zechariah 14:12. And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. And even today, if you're fighting against Jerusalem spiritually, contending against the truth, you're fighting against Jerusalem, the people before it's a place. Yerushalayim, the city of peace. And city means what? Citizens. So those citizens are going to be scattered around the four corners of the earth now. And today, anybody that's striving against them, they're striving against Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And even in history, all you nations that came up against us, all right? And you ones that said to Yahushai, let your sins fall upon you, the sins of your children fall upon your children, then you're set up for destruction today. All right? So it says what? And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. And that's when he's going to plead with all these nations. And judge them. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. That's from the nuclear waste, nuclear explosion. And their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth, right? Because the first thing that's going to go, that's going to evaporate and disintegrate is your soft organ, like your eyes, your ears, but not your ear, but your even your ears might melt, but your tongue, your nose, your liver, your spleen, kidneys, all these things is going to burst and melt instantly. You know, might even burn people's shadow into the ground, like it did in World War II. So, all right, this is one of my favorite scriptures, so I'm going to end it with this. 2 Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and this is an uproar, all right. Now, the earthquakes are happening on a daily basis around the world. It says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right. So, for like as all that is made in the world had the beginning and the end is manifest. You see, it's being manifested, meaning in every age, the Lord sent his angels to manifest that end prophecy, you know, the end of each age. He'll send it, he won't stir anything up until it's time to intervene. You know, keep everything on his natural course that he set up. And then when it's time to intervene, he'll send the angels like in 70 AD, just like now, just like World War II, World War I, World War III. He's going to send the angels to bring about everything that's happening. And that's what we're witnessing, man. The power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua bringing these nations into war, ultimately gathering all the nations. All right, Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore, wait ye upon me. You know, that's what Yahushua is saying, man. We got to wait for him. I'm being patient, long suffering, enduring. Saith Yahweh, until Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, until the day that I rise up to the prey. So the Lord gonna rise up to him, man. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms. And he's doing that. Friction is a different way of assembling people, man. Sometimes when people come together and fight, they wind up being the best of friends. But also you can draw people to a fight just to get them into a trap. All right. So the Lord is assembling all these nations to come together, even down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right. And assemble themselves together and be put in array around about Babylon, America. And ultimately they're going to come together and try to fight against Yahushua. And the Lord gonna pour his indignation upon all these nations, man, and 2/3 and the heathens in general. That I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So who's really playing with fire? I say the world is. You know, Esau is 2/3 of Israel. All the proud are playing with fire.